special day here on the campus of Thiel College. My name is Jack Pinheiro. I am a graduate of the class of 1974, former head football coach and director of athletics, and currently the special assistant to the president for athletics, which I really don't know what that means. All I know is that our president's leaving in August, so I don't know what's happening to me. But anyway, good morning and welcome to this very special day. It's an honor and a privilege for me to serve as your master of ceremonies. And on behalf of our administration, the athletic staff, the inductees and their families, I thank you for joining us this morning to honor these outstanding former athletes. In the bylaws, it describes what the Hall of Fame is all about. And I'm going to quote from that. The purpose of the Thiel College Athletic Hall of Fame is to recognize those individuals or teams who have brought distinction, honor, and excellence to Thiel College in the field of athletic endeavors. After reviewing the inductees' accomplishments, there's no doubt that they are truly deserving of this honor. So please help me welcome 2016 inductees to the Thiel College Athletic Hall of Fame. First, an outstanding track and field athlete from the class of 1995, Mr. John Bresnan. Being acknowledged today for his outstanding career in basketball from the class of 2003, A.H. Davis. For his prowess on the football field from the class of 1971, Mike Donato. Also being recognized for football from the class of 1985, Pat Fire. An outstanding wrestler from the class of 1978, Owen Lenkner. For football, from the class of 2004, Justin Napotnik. Being recognized today posthumously, a coaching legend and mentor to hundreds of student athletes, Mr. Wayne Petrarca, accepting on his behalf is his son, Stephen Petrarca. Please welcome. And a three-sport athlete in soccer, track and field, and golf from the class of 2005, Katie Mound Vertez. I'd like to review with you the itinerary for today. For those of you who have been to this event more than one occasion, we're doing things different. We're going to go right into our program and have our inductions and so on, and then we're going to eat afterwards, and then I'll come back up and do some closing remarks to wrap the event up. In your programs, Dr. Van Aken, our president, was going to be here to offer some opening remarks, but as most of you have discovered by not being able to find a place to park, we had a scheduling conflict with Greenville High School's graduation is being held right now in the Pascal Center. And Dr. Van Aken's daughter, Gabriella, is, as we speak, is being celebrated as the valedictorian of Greenville High School, and so he is in attendance for that event. He's going to try and get here later on to greet with everybody, but he wanted me to offer his best wishes to the inductees and let you know how proud he is of your accomplishments while you were here at Thiel, but more importantly, how well you have represented the college in your lives and careers since leaving Thiel. So with that, we'll move right on into the program. You're going to have to stand anyway in a second. So first I want to do is recognize the special guest we have here from the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. Joining us today is Professor David Miller. in the back there. Former professor and coach, Mr. John Dickinson. Hall of Fame member from the class of 1974 and current volunteer assistant baseball coach, Mr. Lynn Jones. And also a Hall of Fame member from the class of 1971, Paul Satinow. Those are members of our Hall of Fame selection committee. If you would please rise quickly, and we can give them a round of applause. We also have several of our current coaches in attendance today. If you folks would please stand, and I'll just read your names once you're standing up. We have Amy Schaefer, our current director of athletics. Kelly Barzak and Ryan Thornton will check with people in. They're out there still working. Tim Loomis, Rob Clune, Amber Kimmel, and Tim Heffernan. So please stand quickly, folks. And finally, special guests that we have in attendance are current members of our Hall of Fame. And if you guys would all, and gals, please stand, I'd appreciate it. And I'll read off your names. Again, you can stand now, and I'll just read the names as you're standing. Brian Holshoe, Logan Cribbs, John Dranaki, John Castaldo, Marty Prentice, Jim Mondock, John Gibson, Paul Satternow, Eric Garrett, Lynn Jones, Barry Oman, Bill Ross, Dick Mamajak, and Ed Irwin. Let's please give those folks a round. Okay, now down to the matter at hand. Our first inductee is from the class of 1995, John Bresnan. John was a four-year letterman in track and field and a three-time NCAA national qualifier in the decathlon. John earned All-American status in 1994 and 8 President's Athletic Conference titles during his career. John is a local product, graduate of Greenville High School, and for the past 18 years, John has been a teacher in the Reynolds School District and a track and field coach. He's been serving as the head coach for the past 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium, Mr. John Bresnan.
Went to Greenville High School, Thiel, and then the Reynolds. So I guess you kind of take this place for granted driving by all the time, and you see all the things they've done in the past years. And it's great to see that Thiel's still keeping up with the tradition. I'm very accepting this award. I want to thank Thiel for preparing me for my career as a teacher and coach in the school district. And once again, thank everyone for coming here. I also saw Bill Ross, my former track coach, and he's the guy who, I guess, helped me the most get through all the hardships of track. It was one of those deals where, I guess, we were together for probably 4 or 5 years on a daily basis, and he was a good guy. He really made me the person who I am today, I guess. He did a nice job with the track and field team, and I'd like to thank him personally for all the time and effort he put into me and all the other kids. So, thanks again.
Our second inductee from the class of 2003, A.H. Davis. A.H. was not only a four-year letterman in basketball, but he also earned all PAC honors 4 times as well, 3 first-team selections. A.H. is the career leader still in field goals. He's 3rd all-time in free throws, 5th in block shots, and 8th in steals. A.H. graduated from Boardman High School, and following his graduation from Thiel, earned a Master's of Science degree from Cleveland State University, and is currently employed as a physician's assistant at the Emergency Service Institute in Cleveland Clinic. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. A.H. Davis.
Thank you. Great honor to be here today. So many fond memories. Had so much fun while here. Thankfully, though, this wasn't a free throw competition or a defensive award. I don't think I was standing there for that. But seriously, I wouldn't be here without some great people in my life. Family, friends, teammates sitting over at table 19 there, and I apologize to those sitting around them. Shelly, Kat, thanks for coming also. Mom, Dad, wouldn't be here without you. I thank you for everything that you've done for us. Kyle, Jay, I'm truly a product of what you have pushed me to be. Aunt Lori and Amy for always being at my games. Rob and Lisa, thank you for joining me today. I really cherish this moment, and I also would not be here without the support of my wife, Heather, and thank you for her for tolerating our shenanigans as we gather and tell our Thiel stories. Thank you very much.
Our next inductee is from the class of 1971, Mike Pinheiro. Mike is another local product, a graduate of Sharon High School. Mike was a 3-year letterman in football and a 3-time selection to the All-President's Athletic Conference team as a linebacker. There's no doubt in anyone's mind from that time period that Mike would have earned 4-year recognition had he not suffered a career-ending knee injury his senior year. In addition to his All-PAC accolades, Mike was named All-District twice and earned All-American honors twice from 2 different organizations. Mike still lives in Sharon and is a retired firefighter where he rose to the rank of captain. In addition to his career as a firefighter, Mike has also coached at the high school and collegiate level for over 35 years. Most recently, Mike was an assistant coach here at Thiel for 2 years. Please welcome to the podium, Mr. Mike Pinheiro.
One of our very good friends, but my 2 guys in front of me had made it really short and really sweet. So I'm going to be a little bit longer, long-winded. First of all, I want to extend my congratulations to my fellow inductees today. It's been an honor, I'm sure, that we'll all cherish. I want to thank next of all the committee, especially Jack. I know he's responsible for this as he was for last year's 60th anniversary award, PAC award. So thank you. I want to thank my family members who are here today. My daughter Danette, her 2 lovely daughters, Chelsea and Delaney. My grandson Matthew, whose 2 older sisters couldn't be here because of prior commitments that were not there doing. And my wife Karen, who not only has put up with me for all these years, but has allowed me to pursue my athletic endeavors and my coaching career. She has had to endure way more racquetball matches, softball games, and football games than any one woman should have to endure, so thank you very much. She's offered me, kept my head on straight during the good times and offered words of encouragement through the agonies of defeat. So I thank her very much. Next, I'd like to thank my teammates and some of my classmates that are here today. Many have already been introduced, and trust me, they would be Hall of Famers in any era. Next will be my difficult part here. While this is an honor for me to be able to be up here today, thing that makes it even more special is that I get to enter the hall and walk through the doors side by side with my position coach, my defensive coordinator, and my mentor, Coach Petracca. He taught me a whole lot about life and way more football than any one person should probably be able to comprehend. He was the best coach that I have ever been around, and it truly, I cherish the moment that I can do this, and I want to thank everyone involved, and thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Next up, we have another local product from Sharpsville High School in the class of 1985, Pat Fire. Pat was a four-year letterman in two sports, football and track and field. In track and field, Pat earned 2 President's Athletic Conference championships in the javelin. Pat holds the school records and is fourth all-time in the PAC for tackles in a single season. He's also holds the school record for most tackles in a single game with 27 against Carnegie Mellon in 1984. Pat has spent his career in the auto sales industry, having served as general manager for over 25 years at several different businesses. He is currently the chief operating officer of the Delaney Auto Group in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Pat Fire.
Thank you. You know, I used to not like Jack. When I was a senior at Sharpsville High School, we were playing Kennedy Christian, and they faked a punt in the fourth quarter and beat us. But
And I was the head coach.
he was the head coach. And one thing he did was the undefeated season when he came here at Thiel as the head coach. That really brought a lot of pride to this college, and I thank him for that. And want to let everyone know I'm quite honored to be here today. It's a moment I didn't know if it would ever come, but I'm really glad that it's here. I want to recognize a few people if I could. First off, I want to recognize my parents. Neither one of them are with us anymore, but they came to basically pretty much every game that I ever played, and had a lot of support there from them. My stepmother Margie, who's en route, and all her support over the years. Also my beautiful daughters, Morgan and Capri, for putting up with me and listening to all the football stories. I told you I was pretty good. My buddies, Mark Nichols and Jim Henry, who were teammates and also the best of friends and still are, and their wives, Bobby and Debbie, who have been like family to me for many, many years. I'd also like to thank Joey, my daughter Morgan's, that good man, best man, boyfriend, whatever you want to call him. He's a good guy, except he played for W&J, but let's not. I'd also like to thank my girlfriend Jennifer for being here. She's a very fortunate girlfriend, as I always tell her. Thiel was really a great experience for me. The education was fantastic. I see Mr. Miller in the back, who has made a lifelong impression on me. And thank you, Mr. Miller, for everything you've always done for me. Very honored to be inducted at the same time as a fellow Sharpsville High School grad with Justin DePotnick, who I played for his father. And even though I was living in Florida and Myrtle Beach at the time, my brother Ted, who played for Princeton, by the way, kept me in the loop about Justin. I knew all about him and was real proud of him. And when he decided to go to Thiel, I just couldn't believe it. And very honored to be inducted at the same time with Justin. And, I also do want to say something about Wayne Petracca. Wayne Petracca was the only coach that came after me to play college football. And he believed in me and he gave me the chance. And I had the utmost respect and still do for him and his family. He was a wonderful man, a wonderful football coach, and he really did a lot for me as a person. He even bought a car from me like 20 years ago. He drove down to Greensburg, Pennsylvania, bought a new car. In any case, I just want to thank everyone for being here. I'm honored and grateful and blessed. Thank you.
Our next inductee is from the class of 1978 in the sport of wrestling, Mr. Owen Lankner. Owen is another local product, graduating from Reynolds High School in 1974. Owen wrestled at the 150 weight-pound class and has the distinction of being a four-time, let me say that again, a four-time NCAA national qualifier to the wrestling championships. In the President's Athletic Conference, Owen earned a conference championship in 1976. He placed second in 75 and third in 77. Upon graduation from Thiel with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Environmental Studies and Biology, Owen spent over 30 years working in the Natural Resources Conservation Services in several different states, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. Owen also spent about 10 years or more as a high school wrestling coach. He and his wife, Jane, of 38 years, currently live in the state of Delaware. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Owen Lankner.
Before I say too much, I do have a disclaimer. I did take a speech class at Thiel. I did pass the class. I think the professor took it easy on me though, so just kind of bear with me here. And I wish to thank Thiel for the honor of being named to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Athletes teach individuals a lot of things they can't learn in the classroom. But before I say anything about what it's like to wrestle for Thiel, I want to thank the academic side of Thiel. My dad, Robert Linkner, and my brother, Philip Linkner, are both Thiel graduates. And it was because of Thiel and my academic advisor, Dr. Odie, who encouraged me to take an internship with the Mercer County Conservation District. And the director who's here today he's also a Thiel graduate and a Hall of Famer. So that was really great that he was able to come today. And with working with the Conservation District, I learned what I wanted to do as a career. And eventually I got hired on the Soil Conservation Service, Department of Agriculture, and I spent 30 years there. And as far as I know, there's only 2 other Thiel graduates that have worked for the Conservation Service, because it's unusual for students from a small liberal arts college to get on with the Conservation Service. And most of my co-workers when I was in Pennsylvania were from Penn State, and when I worked in Ohio, they were Ohio State graduates. I chose Thiel because I wanted to go to a small college with a good reputation, and I also wanted to wrestle around college. And I figured going to a Division III school was better than going to Division I or II school. I'd have a better chance of making a team. And I also wanted to wrestle for Coach Barry. I was a second generation for Coach Barry. He coached my dad, my uncle, and my high school coach. And it was a great experience wrestling for coaches Barry and Dr. Wilson. There were a lot of local wrestlers on the team at the time. I graduated from Reynolds High School. There were 7 wrestlers from Reynolds on the team at various times. Greenville had 4. We had Jamestown, Palmer Perry, Sandy Lake, Charlottesville, Sharon, Brookville, and Kenny Christian. We had Thiel's first All-American, Greg Rattel, from Kenny Christian on the team. I learned a lot from the upperclassmen and from Coach Barry. My freshman year, we took the Thiel van, and Coach drove he had this huge Murphy station wagon. And first first time we went to away match, we're loading up to go, and all the upperclassmen are jumping in the van with Dr. Olson. And so we left the freshmen. Then I thought it was an honor to ride with the coach. I soon learned why. He had a reputation. I remember coming back from Hiram College one night. Well, it's back up in the 70s, we had a lot of snow. And wrestling's a winter sport. And we were coming back from Hiram College one night. I'm in the car with the coach. It's snowing, blowing, and icy roads. He's going about 70 miles an hour, singing Jingle Bells. The rest were sitting in the back. I was praying to get home safely. It was a real experience. And then the one time we were going out to Iowa, the Nationals at Coe College in Iowa. And of course, snowing and blowing again, and we're traveling down the roads, 4-lane highway, down to 1 lane, crossing the Mississippi River. And somehow we made it across the bridge before we hit the end of the bridge, the guardrail, spun the car around, facing the wrong direction. We got to change the tire. We had to get some body work done on the car when we got home, but he scared me more than once. But there are many more stories and wonderful memories of my time at Thiel, and I'm thankful for the opportunities. I wish to thank Dr. Olson, who nominated me for the Athletic Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank my wife and family. I started dating my wife when we were in high school, and she was my #1 fan. During Thiel matches, she missed with 4 times Olympic Nationals. I feel truly blessed and honored to be recognized today and added to the Athletic Hall of Fame, along with all the other great athletes that have come from Thiel.
Next up, from the class of 2004, Dr. Justin Napotny. Justin is another local graduate from Sharpsville High School, as Pat already alluded to. Justin was a 4-year letterman and a 3-time All-PA selection in football as a running back. Justin is still listed in the top 10 in school history in 6 different categories. I was privileged to be the head football coach during 3 of Justin's 4 years, and I can attest to his work ethic and his outstanding character. And while he had an outstanding career on the football field, I think he and his family are just as proud of all the things he accomplished off the field. Justin carried a 4.0 GPA for 7 of his 8 semesters. Unfortunately, not 8 out of 8. He was a biology major, and he earned the first ever and only postgraduate scholarship from the National Football Foundation College Hall of Fame from someone from Thiel. He used that money to help fund his medical school studies, earning a Doctor of Chiropractic Medicine. Justin has his practice in Windermere, Florida, and he and his wife Janine have 3 young daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium Dr. Justin Napotny.
Congratulate the other members of the Hall of Fame class here, and thank you to the committee for selecting me for this. As you can see, us Sharpsville boys, we stick together here. So, and that's part of the reason why I was attracted to Thiel, because it had that same small, tight-knit community like Sharpsville did. So that's where I felt so comfortable with. I don't want to leave some people out when I thank you, but first, I like to start to say thanks to my parents for being great role models, unwavering support for me. Things I've learned from them that, with myself and my family now, that hopefully I can be role models for them as well. Coach Leap, like you said, I was, first year I was here, we had a different coaching staff, and when he came in, you could just see the different energy and the excitement that the program had that I'm sure was missing for a long period of time. I do think I could have been a little higher on that list if I got the ball a little more often, but Daryl Moore knows that too over there. I see him over there too, but I really enjoyed my time here. Dr. Cuff, she was, biology, I knew her very, very well, and just the small community we had here, the ability to And that's something I always talk about when we have recruits come to the school. The small community that we had here at Thiel, that they were able to get the support and to be able to get all the things they needed to be able to be successful. I would have to say too, last time I won an award here at Thiel, I did not thank my wife, so Mom, Dad, please let my wife know that I am thanking her for her support as well too. She has not let that one down ever since that last time this happened. Again, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and it's a really great honor, really humbling experience. Being in practice for about 5 years here in Thiel before deciding to take my my practice down to the sunnier state of Florida. I used to work out here in the gym, and I used to always see the plaques of all the other members. And I'm a historian of sports, so I've always been attracted to that. So seeing the other greats and some who have spent careers in professional ranks here at Thiel, now to be a part of that group is really a humbling experience. And I always think that an individual honor really comes from a group. So really, a lot of that comes from starting at the head coach with Coach Lee, working its way down through the rest of the coaching staff and the players, and so I'm just a byproduct of that as well too. So again, thank you very much.
Next, we'd like to recognize posthumously Coach Wayne Petrarca. Wayne was a 1955 graduate of Grove City High School and a 1959 graduate of Slippery Rock College, earning a degree in physical education. Wayne also went on to earn a master's degree in physical education from Slippery Rock University. Wayne spent 7 years as a high school teacher and coach at Grove City, St. Mary's, and Reynolds before coming to Thiel in 1966. During his 35 years at Thiel, Wayne wore many different hats, and you can see them, all the different things that he did in your program. I was fortunate to be on the team here at Thiel and play football from 1970 to 1974, and although Wayne was never my position coach, I was an offensive player, some might say offensive player, and Wayne was a defensive coach. I can tell you from personal experience, all of our players loved and respected Wayne. He was a player's coach. He was very demanding and set extremely high expectations. And he was an outstanding teacher and mentor. Wayne was a high school football and basketball official for over 25 years. And he was also a collegiate basketball official, officiating over 600 games in his career. Unfortunately, Coach passed away in 2013. His wife Ann is here today and many of his family. And on behalf of Coach, please welcome to the podium his son, Stephen.
Hello. First of all, I'd like to say that I wish I didn't have to give this speech. He was Dad here to give this speech himself. And if you were, I think the first thing he'd say is thank you. But this is really quite an honor. And I'd like to thank mostly the Thiel community, which he loved. And he dedicated his life to this. When we moved here in 1966, we lived right behind the Beaver Printing and the maintenance office and some college housing. And that immediately started our family's career as part of Thiel and being part of a college environment, which was very beneficial to us all. We got to use the facilities, we got to go to practice with Dad. I remember being a young man, seeing Mike and John Gibson and these guys playing in their prime. And what an honor that was to watch Dad work. One of the things that about my father that was mentioned earlier is My dad was a teacher first, and he was committed to teaching, and as I got to know my dad later in life, and he was my coach as well, but one of the things that struck me is Dad said he always wanted his players to graduate, and he wanted them to go on and become useful members of society. And he was very committed to this. Where his excellence was in his office over at Thiel. He was always over there. I remember when we were kids, he's over there doing the laundry and the towels and stuff in the locker room. And he was just, totally committed to Thiel athletics. So as we grew up here, as we grew up here and became part of this community, I always felt that I was a Tomcat. Even though I went to Westminster, I had Tomcat blood in me. I knew who all the great players were, knew everything about Thiel, knew all about the wrestling program, and it was just countless stories about all this. And then when I heard that he was getting nominated, and Jack sent out the thing, it said 8 athletes and a legendary coach. And I said, legendary coach indeed. He really gave his life to Thiel. And then one of the last things I'd like to say is thank you, Jack, for the golf tournament yesterday, and Amy. You guys did an excellent job. We had so much fun there. I got to go with some of my relatives that I don't get to see very often because I was in town. And it was beautiful, great seeing all the guys. And but the very last thing I'd like to say is that behind every great man is a great woman. And I would like to recognize my mother, Mrs. Wainwright. Please stand up. My mom really made all this possible. As many of you athletes know, and some of you guys have gone into coaching, that a coach's wife spends a lot of time raising her family without the coach being there because he's busy helping other young men. One of the greatest blessings in my life is that I had 2 outstanding parents that I got to share with other young men. This is truly a blessing for me. Thank you very much.
Our last inductee was a 3-sport athlete, track and field, golf and soccer, from the class of 2005, Katie Mount Vertes. Katie had an outstanding track and field career, with her best season coming in 2003, where she placed 3rd in the 4x100 meter relay team, 4th in the long jump, and 5th in the javelin at the PAC championships. Her best sport, however, arguably was soccer, where she still holds program career records for points and goals, ranked 2nd in all-time in assists, and I lost my other sheet of paper. Oh, there it is. Sorry. She was a 4-year letter winner and a 4-time All-PAC selection, earning first-team honors 3 times. Katie earned a BA in art and a master's degree from Chatham University in interior architecture. She is currently the kitchen and bath designer for ProSource Wholesale. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Katie Mount Vertes.
I'll try to make this quick. I just wanted to thank my family throughout the years for everything they've done and all the games and everything they've traveled. Miles and miles, state to state, whatever they've done for me there. Thank you very much. My new family, my in-laws, Tina, Drew, Graham, my husband Patrick for putting up with me throughout these last few years that we've been together. And it's been a very, very huge honor to be here and be a part of all of this. Thank you very much.
Okay, will all the inductees please rise? Where you're standing or where you're seated right now, please rise. We have to make this official. Be it known on this, the 4th day of June, in the year of our Lord 2016, we're gathered here on the campus of Thiel College in Greenville, Pennsylvania to enshrine John Bresnan, A.H. Davis, Mike Donato, Pat Fire, Owen Lankner, Justin Potnick, Wayne Petrarca, and Katie Mom Vertes into the Thiel College Athletic Hall of Fame. This action publicly proclaims those principles and values inherent in and enriched by the Thiel College experience as exemplified in the lives and careers of the aforesaid. They, by this induction, bring honor not only to themselves and their families, but to their alma mater as well. May their accomplishments here recognized serve as lasting challenge for future generations to discover the best that lies within their hearts and minds, and through disciplined pursuit, achieve excellence of the highest order. On behalf of President Van Aken and Thiel College, I hereby declare that they are now officially enshrined as members of the Thiel College Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations.